Okay, Robert, now you mentioned earlier about matching a buyer and seller. I presume you're talking about the Uglii marketplace system?
Yes, Joe, that's correct. Yeah. Let's have a look at just what's involved in the marketplace and how a business uses it. So, as you can see, there's a series of tabs they've got here. They can create and manage their offers. They can create and manage catalogues, catchments, their requests. They can purchase offer packages so that the offers will be sent, and there's also marketplace settings that allows them to block and unblock offers from a particular business. So if they get offers from someone and they're not happy with them, they can block that that supplier making any further offers to them. They can also unblock them from there. So let's take a look at managing catalogues to start with. Now we've already covered this, and so we won't go into that greatly. It's the same catalogues that we have.
Yes.
It's associated with the places of business listing. We can also create a purchasing catalogue which contains all the things that business wants to purchase using the Uglii marketplace. They don't need to do that. They can build up that purchasing catalogue as they make some requests.
Sure.
Okay, so we won't really go into the product catalogue at this stage. It's worked exactly the same, where you can add items to it. So let's go back to the marketplace control panel. A part of creating an offer, we need a catchment to define the geographic the area that we want to market into. So let's have a look at managing catchments. Now, if we take a look at the first one there, we can easily create new ones, or we can edit them. A catchment can be used multiple times for many offers. So once you've got a catchment, you can just choose the catchment you want to use.
Okay.
So let's have a look at this one. Now, this is a fairly complex one that actually follows the main highway between Melbourne and Sydney, and is sort of broadened to account for some distribution routes that we have out of Melbourne. So to just show how we can move that, if we just move one of those dots, just drag it out, we can extend the area very easily, and it creates another dot in the middle. So it's just infinitely flexible polygon.
Right.
And then we can either save that or cancel it, and it'll go back to the original one, and we can give it a different name. So once if we just cancel that one, and we'll have a look at a radius. Okay, now a radius allows us to create either a radius, which is a minimum of 0 and a maximum to whatever the radius is, or we can create a band by having a minimum and a maximum radius, and it becomes the band in between. For instance, it's a lot cheaper for us to distribute a product within that first radius. It'll be another price for out here. We might have another price for beyond here. So it enables us to create the catchment for a particular offer.
Right.
And the only thing that difference between this offer in here and this offer out here might be a simple price difference.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so that's catchment. We will also be adding locality, but currently we're just adding suburbs into the database for all countries, so that we don't get any mismatches.
Right.
Okay, let's look at managing offers. We can easily create a new offer, but to save time, we will just edit an existing one just to show what is involved there. Now, as you can see, we can give the offer a title, we can put in our marketing message, we can link to a website. Easy for the requesting business to see who we are and what we do, and that could be a page related just purely to that product.
Yep.
We can also have a considered offer, which means when there is a match, we will be alerted as the supplying business, and can look at the request and then review our offer and send it off once we've considered it. If we leave that unticked, then it's automated. Once we load up that offer and there's a match, then it will be sent automatically.
Okay.
We can also limit the flow of offers, and we can do that. Put in an amount there, and then change the either per hour, per day, per week, per month,
Sure.
per year, whatever.
Okay.
So it means that we can match the number of requests coming in to our resources effectively.
Sure.
And it means we can set a marketing budget as well.
Yep. Okay.
Now we must link it to a place of our place of business. So all of the places of business that we have in the system will be shown here. We can also show that location on the map, and if we click on that dot, we will see the information that the business is going to see.
Okay.
The requesting business is going to see when they review our offer. So, and that will include any credentials that we have for that place of business listing. We also, as we said, we need a catchment. We can create a new catchment or use one of our existing ones that we have in the system.
I see. Yep.
And an offer start date and an expiry date.
Right.
So if we go to the top of that, we click on the product or service. As you can see, we've selected it from our catalogue, and that is Shiraz. We set a price and the quantity range.
Right.
Now that will match with a request. The request will include a quantity.
Yes.
And if it's within our range, we might not want to deal with anything less than 100 units in volume.
Sure.
Okay. To select another product from the catalogue is a very simple process. If it's not here, we can add that product or service from the taxonomy.
Right.
The way we've done with adding a product to the catalogue.
Sure.
So that's an offer. Very
Okay.
simple. If we look at now creating a request, if we go back to our marketplace control panel, a request is much the same. So let's click on the top one and have a look. Creating a new one is very simple, but let's just look at an existing one. We can give that title, which is referenced by suppliers. We also have the check boxes that allow us to activate this request and be informed by email when there is a response to this request. So once we've got an offer to view, then that comes in. We can also add a purchase order or some sort of reference for when we make a purchase based on this request, and any additional pieces of information that are relevant to a supplier that wants to consider this offer.
Okay.
Would be useful there, depending on the industry generally, whether it needs information in there.
Okay.
Now we also can look at the product or service that we add, and once again we can select that from the existing purchasing catalogue or add from the taxonomy, and we put in the quantity required.
Sure.
Now we go to timing. There's a couple of things here that are worth noting. First one is that we can hold all offers that are received until the expiry date for this request.
Oh,
now,
okay.
It's sort of like a tender box type thing where the tender box isn't opened until expiry date.
Sure.
And of course we can add the dates that are relevant, like the date for required delivery is obviously relevant here. We can also make a recurring request. If we click on that, you'll see now that we've got a thing that allows us to have it recur every 5 days,
Sure.
starting on a particular day. And then we'll receive offers after day one or whatever. So, for instance, someone in the restaurant might want to receive offers for, say, fillet steak.
Yep, sure.
So they know they need several kilos of fillets every week. So they might make the order on starting on a Monday. They receive all the offers in on Wednesday, ready to place their order on Thursday for delivery on Friday. And that'll recur every week, because you won't receive offers for the same request again, so it needs to be recurring in that sort of situation.
Right.
Otherwise they'd have to have an expiry date and reset it.
Sure.
Okay, the location is important because obviously the supplier needs to know where you are. So it can be located to the places of business that we have, or to another location.
Right.
For instance, a builder is working out on site for one day. It's not a place of business as such, but it's where they want the goods delivered for that job. That becomes relevant to the supplier.
Okay.
Okay, now the last thing is the last tab allows you to exclude countries that you want to receive offers from.
Okay.
So currently they're ticked so that you'll receive them from anywhere in the world. but very easy to untick them so that you're no longer receiving them from a given country or a range of countries, or you might want to receive them only from your own country.
Okay.
Okay, so that's creating a request.
Okay.
With offers and requests, it's very easy to clone an existing request or an existing offer. And all you need to change is the product or the various parameters that you need to change.
Okay.
Okay. Just one last point on the marketplace. In billing, when we want to purchase our offer packages, as you can see in billing, I've got 88 offers left of the package that I've purchased. To purchase more, I simply click on the Purchase More button, and then I can select the package I want. It will show me the price, and then it's a very simple process of adding to the cart. But
Okay.
I've got enough in there, so we won't do that.
Okay.
Well, that's the marketplace system, Joe.